So today I am going to talk you through diagnosing a motor concern. So we've got a Bamboo GTR here. One of the motors is making a strange sound when it's operating, kind of a grinding sound. This can be either related to the motor itself or the actual thing driving the motor, which is the motor controller. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to isolate the concern, figure out whether it is related to the motor itself or to the motor controller. So doing this with the Bamboo GTR, this same process can be applied to the Haitian series and the Series 1 GTR as well. So we'll start by flipping the board over. Now we want to prop the rear wheels off the bench, so I'll just use a wheel. So we'll get our board, we'll turn it on, connect to the remote. That one's all connected up now, so I'm going to run it and listen for which motor I think it is. It's a bit hard to tell with both motors running, so I'm going to disconnect the motors one by one and then run them by themselves so I can really listen for it. So that's definitely the motor that's our concern. So what I'm going to do to figure out whether it is the motor itself or the motor controller, I'm simply going to swap over the outputs from the motor controller. So we'll swap these two plugs over. If the concern stays with that same motor, then it is definitely a concern with the motor. If it switches to the other side, then it indicates the concern is with the motor controller. So just so I can hear it, I'm going to leave the non-suspect motor unplugged. Suspect motor is plugged into the opposite side of the motor controller. I'll give that a run. So that one's still grinding, so that says to us definitely that the concern is with the motor. We basically go ahead, replace that motor now, plug it all in, test it, make sure it's all operating as it should. If when we'd swap those cables over, the concern had switched to the other motor, then that would indicate to us that there's a concern with the motor controller. So rather than replace the motor in that case, we would replace the motor controller, and again, connect it all back up, test it, make sure it's working how it should. And that's how you diagnose a motor concern with a GTR or Haitian series board.